Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we're gonna take a look around the garden. There's a couple new things I want to show you, and also check up on all the plants. It's been like a week, so a lot has grown, a lot has died. So we're gonna take a look at everything. So I'm just gonna show you a quick look around. There's a lot of new things here, but first we'll start here. Here's the pomegranate bush or tree, and I think it has entered a state of shock. I think it's because I took it out of the greenhouse and left it out in the cold without like hardening it off. I think because I did that, this plant now thinks it's winter, I think. There's a lot of weeds growing. I'm going to pull all of those out. I told you I need to plant something here because I don't want this extra space here on top to get covered in, weeds and take away the nutrients from that plant that actually needs it. So I've seen this plant. I've had it for 2 years. I know that what happens with this plant is that it looks like it's dying. Basically, it gets hard and the leaves fall off and it looks brown and red, and it's not dying. It's just like sleeping because once it gets warmer and stuff, it blooms again, green leaves come and everything. So I know it's not dead, so I'm not going to pull this one. We're going to look around also here. You can see the dahlias are doing well. This is a big dahlia. It's so pretty. This one's growing kind of slowly, but it's still dahlia. Another dahlia here, dahlia here, dahlia here. Oh yeah, one thing I want to show you is my mother-in-law had this good idea to like take some wire and put some plastic here, and we're doing this because the wind was coming in here so quickly that's what mostly killed a lot of these plants. So I'm gonna show you some of the dead ones, but we had to put this plastic here to kind of block the wind from killing the plants. Well, at least that's what we think it's gonna help. Here's another one, and we put plastic here. We stapled it onto this frame because it'll protect the pots from the wind also. So that's something we did in the last week. There's still no potatoes, and again here, no potatoes. But you can see the basil here is not doing well outside. I'm actually going to pull this today because I don't want it to get sick and then give, the disease to the potatoes, and it's just a mess. So I'm going to pull that. But yeah, I'm just going to take this out. Oh, well, okay, didn't even put it in there that well. So I guess there's one root that was going to get nutrients from the rest, but I guess I didn't break it up enough for it to actually hold on to the good soil that was here, which is kind of sad. But now I know for the future I didn't plant it that well, so I probably should have broken it up actually and then planted it that way. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could save some of these, like this one's doing okay, and but it's just like, it just feels like it's dying, so I'm just gonna take it out. And I mean, I have those clippings that we did last time. They're doing very well, and I can come back out here. Oh, look. Oh wow. Okay, let me show you. Look, the potatoes are growing. I didn't notice because the basil was there in the way. That's crazy. And it's so strange because like it grew next to the basil, which makes me wonder, like, the basil was probably helping. Remember I said the basil is a companion plant to potatoes. So maybe it was basil actually helping it. But it's actually kind of interesting is that we didn't want to make a comparison between this soil with the coconut substrate and this soil without the coconut substrate. And what do you know? The coconut substrate helped this plant grow faster, and that's what it said it would do. So, I mean, I'm going to look around here, see if there's anything. No, there's nothing. But that's super cool. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know that happened. That's super cool. I'm glad that, got caught on camera. The chamomile is growing. You can see the leaves are getting bigger. Still small, but growing. The lavender, I did come and trim it. And there are some dead parts, but for the most part, I think it's starting to live in its house. We did stop watering it, so I think that's a good thing. I don't think it likes too much water. Chamomile is also doing well here. No astilbes yet, so maybe they'll come out later when it gets warmer, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna move this out of the way. And this is my favorite new addition. This is a peach tree. Can you see the flowers? They're pink. This peach tree, the species is actually called Frost, and it does well here in colder climates. The flesh of these peaches are yellow, so those are my favorite. You can see here the pretty flowers, so it's doing very well. Okay, so yeah, here's the first dead thing, or second dead thing. The basil was the first one. Like maybe 2-3 days after I put these plants out here, the wind it was crazy, and it like basically killed them. And I thought they would live, but they look like they're just getting worse, so I'm gonna pull those. But surprisingly, one lived. And I think the reason why this one lived is because it was protected on like 2 walls. So that one lived, and I'm going to keep it. And I'm actually going to take it as an example and just plant beans on the second tier now, not on the first anymore. So I'm going to take this like, no, actually maybe I'll keep the tripod up so that the beans can crawl up the tripod from the second layer. Oh yeah, and the rubber bands broke off in the wind. So now I have this. I have a toilet paper roll. I'm hoping that this helps it stay in place. I don't think the wind can well, it can move it, but I don't think it can like blow it off. Hopefully, we'll see. So the raspberries also growing a lot of leaves. They're getting bigger and prettier, so it's doing very well in this climate. The blackberries also doing very well. Not as well as the raspberries, but still very well. Lots of new leaves. Okay, let's check inside here. Okay, let's see here. It's starting to look a little bit better, I think, this plant. Leaves are getting stronger again. Some of these leaves are still pretty ugly, but I think it'll be fine. I mean, I think maybe it's like hardening. So the one back here is just really ugly, and it's starting to get fungus here, so I'm gonna pull that because that's definitely dying or decomposing. So let me see if you can see the fungus. So yeah, that's getting pulled today. I don't want that contaminating anything else. Here we have the chives. They're doing well, but there is something that's chamomile growing right there. We'll pull that out, so we don't want chamomile in there. But yeah, they're getting bigger. Not as big as I want them to be, but they're getting bigger. These are growing like crazy. All the salad, spinach, arugula, and the kale. They're all growing. Not all 60, but a lot of them are growing. And I do want to transplant these in the next coming days because these salads are getting crazy and they need more space to grow. So I think I'll probably pull these first and put them into the vertical garden. Well, those two. So both the spinach and the salad and the big arugulas. The rest I'm going to leave here so they can maybe grow or get bigger first before I transplant them. We went around the garden, we took a look, and we saw, what was doing well, what had died, and what's probably still going to live and what's going to bloom, and it's super exciting. We went around and we noticed that the pomegranate tree probably got plant shock. We noticed that the potatoes are growing, which is super cool. The salads are doing well. We're gonna have to transplant them out of those planting trays pretty soon, so they have a good chance to grow. And we also noticed that the flowers are all doing well. Guajillo, one of the guajillo plants we need to pull. I forgot about that. I'm gonna do it after. And the other one's doing well, which is cool. Yeah, we pulled the bean sprouts, and that's pretty much what we did today.